Thanks for talking to me. I always feel better after we speak. So, I can't find a word that describes fear of humor. So I made it up. Humorphobia. I'm not talking about a gelatophile, someone who fears being laughed at, but fear of humor. And here I am, en route to speak in Boston. Missed my flight. Got to drive there now. I'm convinced I did that to myself subconsciously, maybe so I could try to meditate in the car. But I'm speaking on the topic of humor, and I'm quite anxious. You know, I could easily see a panic attack coming on if I don't chill. I mean, I've done more preparation for this talk than almost any in my career. And I speak a lot. And I'm comfortable getting on stage. I've been in front of a lot of people before. But for some reason, talking about humor is a really difficult one. And being identified as a comedian is such a curse, because then people expect you to be funny. And, you know, I've had fears. I used to be afraid of heights, so I jumped out of an airplane a few times. Really have some shadow problems here. I was afraid of needles, so I started giving blood. You know, what else? Had other phobias. I even took an improv class, in part to challenge my fear of the stage. People say, why don't you do stand-up comedy? I couldn't think of anything more terrifying than stand-up comedy. I did have, I think, a real panic attack when Greg Benson and I spoke at and did a comedy bit at AdTech like a year or so ago. So here I am, and compounding the fact that I'm afraid of the notion of comedy is I really get anxious if I don't know my audience well. So the last time I felt myself gripped with fear in speaking in public was talking to my child's class, because I really didn't know what they understood or cared about, you know, except through the lens of maybe what my own child did. So that was very uncomfortable. Here I'm speaking to a group of academics. I don't talk to academics, I listen to academics. Here I'm going to be talking to people from, you know, some of the leading universities at this International Society for Humor Studies. And I'm scared. Now, I've got a lot of preparation, but it's all spread out and tangled. It's not a cohesive story. It's not a package. And I'm pretty good at taking a lot of ideas and packing them into a presentation at the last second that looks like it, you know, it's been thought through. So hopefully I'll come through with that. But I'm only going to get there like an hour or so before my presentation if traffic affords. So anyway, are you afraid of anything? Do you have any phobias you want to talk about? Go ahead, you can talk about them here. It's safe. It's a safe zone. It's a hater-free zone. Thanks for listening. I always feel better after we speak.